you see, there has to be at some point there has to be a recognition that there is only one. You see, the number one is simply a version of I, and I a version of one. The number one does not mean one me, one you, one mobile phone. There is only one. The mind, the divisive mind, cannot compute with this information. But it's not information, you see. To the mind, it is information, because the mind only deals with information. So it takes whatever it has been given and looks at it informatively to what it has been programmed into and conditioned to know what it thinks it is. And it believes that it's not a thought, it is truth, because I am the mind, says the mind. And the mind is all that exists in this understanding, information, intelligent, complex way of living. Because if you don't see it as complex as the mind, you're wasting your life. Why live a simple life? Why live a simple life? But there's two talking. There's the mind apparently talking to you to say it's complex, or let's change it to the simplistic life. And there appears to be a me talking to you, because that's what we do as mind. You know, one of the things that used to pacify myself as a child was jigsaw puzzles. And so we have this apparently intelligent game. So someone takes an image. You know, and it's a completely whole image. And it takes a machine and it, with loads and loads of little shapes and die cutters and whatever, and breaks the image up into lots of little pieces. And then they put them in a box. And then I go to the shop and I say, oh, I like this image. But I want to see how capable I am and how enjoyable it can be to put all these complex little pieces together to reproduce the image that's on the box. So I take it home, I open it up, I begin, and after 2 days, maybe 3 days, depending on the size of the pieces, the amount of pieces, the complexity of the image, it's complete. And you get some satisfaction from that. And your mother says, okay, I need the dining room table, free, for tea. You've had it for 2 days, put it back in the box. So you break it up and put it back in the box. And this is intelligent. The puzzle may come out again, or it may remain in the box. Or you may take it to the recycling place, put it in the cardboard or paper thing. They break it up and they make another puzzle. Now it sounds as if the speaker is condemning our way of recycling, circular, samsara, reproducing same old stuff, same old information, life. And why condemn that? You see, that's what we do. I loved making the puzzle. I loved reproducing the image that was already there. I made the puzzle whole, you see. So we're always reacting out what's going to take place in his life. At some point in this life, I'm not talking about your individual life, in this life, each one of us will realize that I'm just a piece in the puzzle. While I'm in the box, I'm scattered around, surrounded by many pieces. And I know these pieces are part of me, because at one point I was this complete image before this die cutter come down and broke me up from my family, you know, if you want to look at it in a narrative, story-like way. But I know someday someone will put me in my rightful place in the puzzle. The only thing is, please don't break it up again. Just leave it whole. And that's what we do. That's how it's going to be. So the discovery from this apparently real, unchanging, permanent, I'm kidding, form, when you say only one exists, only whole, everything is one whole, you have merged back in and you're sitting in your rightful place in the complete puzzle. And you're waiting for all the other pieces to reconnect and accept their rightful place in the puzzle. Now, is there a place higher than any other place in the puzzle? Is the top hand corner more important than the bottom left hand corner or the central piece? Is the image of whatever it is, a horse in a field, is the eye of the horse more important than the grain of grass or the blue sky? No, because if one piece is missing, the puzzle is incomplete. Therefore, every piece plays its role in the puzzle. Our seeking and needful and wantful mind wants to say, I want to be in the best puzzle. It quickly introduces two puzzles. I don't want to be in that one, it's boring. I want to be in my puzzle. You see? Are we here to accept that whatever piece I am in this puzzle, that something superior out with me is in control of me to tell me what piece I will play and in what area of the puzzle I will complete my life in, so that I have no say in this puzzle whatsoever. I have just to put up with this puzzle and therefore create some sort of fantastical life and forget about the puzzle altogether and forget about being a piece. Or am I to investigate through this body and this opportunity as a human to confront the puzzle and deny that the puzzle exists? The minute we don't want to create a puzzle, there's no image that is important than any other image. There is no piece important than any other piece, because there's no image, there's no kata, there's no puzzle. There's no action, no activity, no replenishment of what it was before, no doing, no effort, no satisfaction. So it's like the mouse trying to get round the other side of the wheel, and all it does is the wheel moves with the mouse's feet and the mouth stays as it is, but it's dreaming about getting to the other side. It's dreaming about being a piece in the puzzle. I'm dreaming about this talk that's taking place now. Because to understand whole is to understand that there cannot be anything additional or subtractional from the whole. But it's boring, says the mind. So let it be. What is wrong with boredom? Is boredom an incredibly difficult and painful and suffering and needful and wanting position to be in? I mean, what is boredom? It's a word. It's an expression to say you should be doing something other than what you're doing now. Who is speaking? Who is speaking? You should be doing something other than you're doing now. Who is speaking to say you are separate from anything that is taking place in this universe? Information. Past. A mind that loves to oppose. A mind that loves to go down a particular path, dreaming that there's two. A speaker could speak, that's why Jiddu Krishnamurti did not talk about these things, because he said, forget these things. They're not going to understand these things. They're going to fight against these things. They're going to confront me against these things. I'm not going to tell them that there's separation. I'm just going to offer them wholeness. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to make any effort. They don't have to buy a puzzle, create a puzzle, do the puzzle, remove the puzzle, break the puzzle up, try again with the puzzle. I'm going to tell them it's okay in silence. And Jiddu speaks words that offer space so that you fall into the silence, and when you realize that there's nothing else but silence, you don't come out of the puzzle. There's nothing to puzzle. There's simple acceptance, trust, and faith that whatever it is, it truly is. That's oneness. That's wholeness. I have no idea about being separate from this universe. I have no idea that I thought I was separate from this universe, because that was a thought. And to think I am separate from the universe is also a thought. And to think I am whole is also a thought, subsequent to the whole that is here before the thought. We can say God became before me, this body, or we can simply realize that everything in its wholeness, even time, is the same God. Where's the puzzle in that? In science, we have proved we cannot live without the oxygen, the sky, the foods, the nutrients, The planet cannot live without the position it is in the universe. The universe cannot live. So everything is connected, interconnected. The matrix of life, the matrix of existence. So how can you say you're separate? How can anything say it's separate? Only the systematic human mind that wants to be divisive, corrupt, and needful to create disharmony in a universe that is beautiful in harmony. Forget these minds. Look within and discover the holy. That is the whole. In one moment, existence is revealed as pure, whole, undiluted, undiminishing, unshareable, omnipotent, omnipresent consciousness within itself, living and loving itself as it is.